Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates live stream. It's good to be back with you. Craig keeps hitting the sell button, guys. So over $3.6 trillion wiped out of multiple markets only about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago now. So we can't wait to break that down this morning. GM to you, David. GM to you, Brad. Hope you guys are doing well. GM to everyone else out there around the world, or good evening if you're obviously watching in Europe or if you're watching in America as well, or Africa. Where I'm not being whatever. GM, good evening to everyone. Okay, good. If they're just our viewers, okay, I can look at the audience. Okay, I can look at the analytics. Okay, my apologies. Craig, how you going on this wet Friday morning, Matt? This wet Friday morning.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, mates. Good evening to Nigeria. How are you guys? Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, shout out to the Nigerians.
Yeah. I actually had a few of them watching on YouTube or following me, but I'm
same. I have a lot, and a few in the G2G community actually.
Yeah, I was like, what? Nigeria's one of my. I was like, brothers. I'm an African.
Well,
I was like, yeah, let's go.
wealthiest country in the continent. Well, no, South Africa might be, or yeah. it'd be one of the top ones. Yeah. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, how you going? Hey,
I am good, dude. It's raining very heavily as we were just speaking about offline. We were sunshine for the last month and everything was dying. It was so hot. And now it's like torrential rain, which is where we live, obviously, Greenie. The weather is tropical. So you get pretty thunderstorms last night, dude, were crazy. Like awesome, like massive, like right in my house is a boom. I was like, whoa. So now suits crypto, actually. Like these thunderbolts coming down. Yeah, look at those. Wow, that looks good.
Look at those lightning bolts.
Yeah, the wrong color though, but yeah, it's all look pretty similar, doesn't it? Really, gold and silver maybe about to trend that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just woke up, looked at the price of Bitcoin. It was funny. The time I went on Twitter first when I woke up on X, and the timeline seemed pretty bearish. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then I went to the price, and I was like, "Meh." Like,
hey, price is still where it would been for a while, yeah.
I'm like, it's higher than it was, I guess, in some ways. Because I'm a buyer at 60, so for me, I'm like, nah, still got to wait. So it's a bit annoying, actually. I'm like, come on, dump, let's go 50s, Like, bro, when it breaks into the 50s, I'm cracking that wallet open, man. Those stables are coming out. So I'm like, let's go, let's get this over with. But no, obviously when Bitcoin does this, everyone else's favorite alts and meme coins are going down /0. So I get it. It feels bad when it's, but hey, Zeet's out, Greenie. We can talk about that since we're one of the few.
We will talk about that. I have got that up ready to go. My DMs are so flooded at the moment with people wanting my card.
Some people I've never heard of, Greenie. Quite a few.
Oh, really? I put a tweet out. Yeah, I put a tweet out. I'm trying to get a guy right now, but he sent me two, and they're both already used. So I'm like, bro, and I want this guy's card because he's got good market share and mind share of content. So it's a bit annoying. Hold on, let me just claim another one. But Craig, waking up this morning, we've got $3.6 trillion wiped out overnight. How are you feeling about that right now? Like we spoke about this. I said, look, there is a potential here that crypto front run this market, and we could see a far greater dump to the downside. Oh my God, oh my God, stop that. There could be a huge continuation to the downside here in the coming weeks. And maybe crypto front run this whole move. And potentially we're starting to see that the market might need to correct globally because Russia actually came out, and I'll find that article shortly, but Russia came out and they are in talks with Trump, and therefore will be buying the US dollar, hence why maybe the Russians and again the Chinese, the Japanese bonds are at all-time high. A lot of bonds are going crazy at the moment, so that insinuates cash, right? So it's an interesting market for risk on assets. Interesting market.
So Russia is wanting to buy USD.
Yes. Let me just try and find that Russia Trump. Let's see. But yeah, what is your opinion here? Like, I think we could get some amazing opportunities later this year. We could get an amazing opportunities later this year. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think Bitcoin is, you and I have been speaking about this for a while, so it's not super new news. But I think as the markets continue to pull back, it looks like Bitcoin did front run it. One of the reasons I say, although the other markets haven't really dumped yet, going off those, although what are you zoomed in on the S&P 500 and things like that? I'd have to look at the full chart. because I think it looks a bit healthier than that, perhaps. But it does feel and look like Bitcoin has front run it, which I was kind of hoping was the case, because otherwise the down, it could go quite low. You know what I mean? Like if it was just a Bitcoin pullback, not a pullback, I guess, going into the bear and then everything else dumps hard, will Bitcoin suffer more? I'm still open to that, but Bitcoin's kind of holding up okay around here. Like it's not just breaking through these levels too quickly. I think we're still going to see it break through 60, man. I still think we see it knife through there and go lower. But no, I'm kind of hoping that's the case now. I hope Bitcoin's kind of front run it, because I'm kind of hoping Bitcoin might front run the recovery as well. And, and we might still see a Q4 bottom around there, which again, as I've said, isn't that far away. It sounds far away, but it'll go so quick. It'll go so quick, So I'm getting excited. It's still not at my buy level yet. So I've got to be patient. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty chill, man. I'm really chill in this market. For me, the damage is done. It broke through those critical levels. I sold as much as I could to get out where I could, to make it, to get myself in a stronger position as I wanted to and was able to at the time. And now I've just got to be cool with letting the market come to me, and not chase.
Yeah, no, I think that's very valid. So overnight, Russia memo proposes return to US dollar system in pitch to President Trump as of literally last night, about 9 hours ago. So that's probably the big reason we're seeing a bit of a rotation out of risk on assets, because if Russia moves holistically back into the US dollar, then that naturally puts pressure back on buying the US dollar, and therefore price should increase. And my understanding there is that, risk on assets are probably going to suffer later this year. So it's very interesting, I think, for me to see how the crypto markets and how markets in general react this year. It's interesting time to buy a house too. So might not actually be a bad time to buy a house, to be honest, Craig, rather than have your money chopped up sideways for the next 6 to 12 months in risk on assets, which are probably going to consolidate to the downside, in my opinion. So my question for you, though, this is absolutely huge. We are at the lowest extreme fear, and we've been here for such a long time. Why are we here?
You come to see this, man. I want pain, dude. I want people crashing out so hard. It's the only way we get to the bottom. So
I feel like everyone's pretty chill at the moment, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. The timeline's not horrific. Like,
no,
I've seen it so much worse. So yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't have thought from the timeline it was a 5.
No.
Wow. Like, what was the FTX crash number?
Yeah, 12 or something. I'm just trying to find. There's a visual. Hold on. Someone sent a visual in GTG. Let me find it. Here it is.
What's up?
Yeah, so here we go. So 2012 was 10, Mount Gox was 9, 17, 18, crash was 11, COVID was 9, FTX 12, and right now, and I mean, my price is at 65 right now. We're at 5. Like, what? Like you said, you feel fine, and I feel fine. Like, I'm happy to accumulate Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If it goes to zero, it goes to zero. It's not like I've got my life savings in it, right? I've got a portion of my wealth in it, and I think that's a really good lesson that you do need to learn with all assets is diversify. We've spoken at length about that in other streams. But this is crazy to me. Like, I think this is a reflection of, this is hard. I'm going to say it's more of a reflection of altcoins underperforming over a long period of time, and Bitcoin very much crashing in theory, Bitcoin's down, yes, 55% from its highs, right? So that is quite a lot, and I think it's just it's harder for people to comprehend because it's a larger market cap, right? So it's $65,000 from the high. Like that's a lot of money. That's a lot of market cap. So I think that's why it's more painful. But I think CT's just been around for such a long time, and they're clued in these days. If you look at BTC dominance, that's going sideways. If you look at BTC price, that's maybe going to hold up in a range of, say, 48K to 75K for the next few months. One would argue CT is probably actually not a good interpretation of retail anymore. ETF outflows still continue. We saw back-to-back ETF inflows over the past week, but I would argue that we saw massive inflows at the high and outflows pretty much since the high. So maybe the fear is very much a representative of what's happening on chain and not necessarily on CT, right?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think what you said might be valid. E.g., it's altcoins that have underperformed in a big way, and maybe people are finally now going, "Shucks, these aren't coming back."
No.
Like maybe the pennies finally dropped for some people 2 years
Yeah.
later. Like you and I have been saying that for like probably since partway through the bull, going, some of these just aren't going to go, guys. Like that's why at the start of the bull, you and me got rid of our AVAX because I was
Yeah.
like, this just is not like, as I had loads of it, dude. AVAX and Joe,
Yeah.
like so much because I was hoping Joe would do a raise. So it just shows you sometimes the thesis with one
Yeah.
thing doesn't apply directly to another.
Yeah.
And you and I got out probably a couple of years ago. So it's not like the writing wasn't on the wall, but I just think some people are very slow to understand. And I don't mean CT, I don't mean crypto Twitter, I mean like maybe my friends who got in 21 with me have finally gone, geez, these things are just crap. Like, and selling and dumping them now. I don't know. But as you said, crypto Twitter seems quite chill. It's almost like it's like crypto Twitter's accepted what's happening in a way now, and kind of just like like crashing, like kind of like I am. It's just like, well, you got to enjoy the ride from here because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand fear, which is so interesting to me because I'm almost the opposite of fear, and I don't even say that to sound like I'm some guru, dude. I'm not. I know people might be like, "Nah, you're full of shit, Craig. You don't feel like that." I actually. I felt you put a post up, I felt way more fear at all-time high, man, because I was way more worried I'd get it wrong. Whereas now I feel like I have fib levels to work with, whereas at all-time high, there's none. There was no levels. I only knew what downside was, but not upside. Whereas from here, I know the levels it needs to conquer to go higher. So I just feel like we're back in 23 again, and I had a really good time in 23 because it respects the fibs pretty well, dude. So
I'm going to say we're in 22 and 23 is later this year, potentially into 27.
agreed.
So more pain ahead and maybe not necessarily too much in price, but in time. I think like if you look at, I mean, I spoke again with GTD this morning. I went and had a look at the two ways I would like to see price action right now. It either dumps directly past this 59K wick and we go into the 50K region with strength, and I mean like dumping strength, or we start to see weekly closes around the current levels. That really shows me that we're probably going to form a bit of a bottom here. We could deviate at some point below there like we did in 2023, okay, where we dipped to 15 after holding 20 for a long time. But in my opinion, I think we're still very early. I think we're very early. Time is against us on high time frames. Potentially it's something to do with this, Craig. Imagine buying Ethereum or Solana before 2021 and basically breaking even. Markets reward rotation, not marriage. This is brutal. If you bought Solana in 2021, you would have been up, I don't even know, 100x. I think if you got, like, I first saw Solana at $3. So, wowee. Yeah, it's crazy. It went to 254. We then obviously got to 254. We then obviously got to 254. And we're back all the way down here below this level. So all the way back in 2021, all the way back in 2023.
Imagine riding those emotions. Imagine
Exactly.
riding those emotions and not selling.
I know.
That's probably why people are crashing out now, because you just be like, I can't take this anymore. Like if you held since 21, you'd be like, oh my God, I effed up again. Funny, I forgot to bring this up. I had a friend yesterday message me, and he got into crypto in 21 with me, and he messaged me yesterday going, crypto's over for a bit, isn't it? And because he hasn't taken profit. And I'm like, dude, I told you. Anyway, it's one of those I told you 100 times stories.
Yeah.
And he was heavily in alts and not in Bitcoin. I try to tell him, but he wants the 1000x, not the 5x. So now you get minus 80%. So pick your poison. Do you want an 8x of Bitcoin that's cruisy, or do you want a potential for negative 90? Like,
Brad, that 3-digit ETH's going to be so good. I mean, it looks inevitable, but it's interesting. A lot of like ETH has pulled back to its 886 already. So from the swing low, I do think it hits 1300. It's just time. And a lot of people can't comprehend time. They can comprehend price because it's right there in front of them, but they can't comprehend time. And trust me, guys, trust me, I've been here twice before. This I already know. That's why I'm building GTG so much, because I can't be bothered to try and perp trade on low time frames in a shitty market environment. Like I'd much rather build that product out, make that
now, right?
excellent. Yeah, exactly. Stay patient, then see strength over weeks, over months, and then I know now it's time to plow money into it. Now it's like, again, maybe we're in their house by then, and I can go, well, yeah, we can allocate this or allocate that, allocate that. Maybe I'm stressing out, I don't have any money left because it's all going to a mortgage and insurance. Who knows? We'll wait and see. But yeah, sorry.
I was saying I had to give myself a little pep talk yesterday. And I was like, I was thinking, okay, where am I gonna get some money rolling in from? What am I gonna do? Things like that. And then I thought about it as well. And I was like, I mean, for some people, like I said, Q4, and not saying Q4 is the time we get a bottom in anyway. It's just an estimate, right?
Yeah.
Could be Q3, could be Q1 next year, et cetera, et cetera. But I was like, the gains we've got to look forward to, I was like, I just need to play from now until that time quite conservatively, be quite defensive, protect my capital, all those things. And we're, if you buy not bottoms, but we could still be looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x returns for Bitcoin. And I was like, dude, chill out. You've got good stables on the side. And when you're ready to go in heavy, if I get a 4 or 5x on those buys, man, that's loads of money, dude. It'll be really good. So it's just about not freaking out, and I suppose not trying to overtrade during this period to try and get generate income. It's not the right play. Not for me. I'm not built for this.
Yeah, if you're skilled, you can still scalp trade in any market, and that's the key. But I mean, that takes time. You got to be down on the hourly, the 4 hourly, watching the daily levels as well. For me, that's just, I would rather build, because that helps more people and will help more people in the future. So it's interesting where the market is at the moment, because I do think that we see more pain in price, particularly on altcoins. Because if you look at these charts, like if you look at ETH and Solana here, like there is no evidence of a bottom forming at all here, particularly Solana. That looks dreadful. Sure, it's gone into a monthly FVG and bounced exactly off that level. That's why I should learn TA and join us in GTG.
Yeah, that's clean.
But like outside that, like it's a clear, like that is a very bearish level. And if we don't sweep those lows and hold those lows, we go way lower, back towards $30 in my opinion. So and that's another 50, 60%. That's like a 60% correction from here. So I mean, look at Solana dominance. I actually dropped the chart on that just shortly ago. Hold on. Here it is. So the Solana rotation is literally happening in real time. There we go. It's coming.
So this is its total dominance in the crypto market.
So this is market cap of Solana in comparison to everything else.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Solana, Solana rotation happening in real time, Craig, where we've lost a key support level for the first time since 2023. So that shows me that right now people do not want to own Solana. Okay.
I wish I got rid of my moon bag. Really, I've got a little bit left. I haven't got a lot, but I'm guessing other people who have a little bit left or a lot left, or silly people that sold meme coins into Sol but didn't sell Sol into stables. This is where a little bit of skill and foresight comes into. You and me were trading. I mean, that's what we've been speaking about and how good it was with Sol meme coins. We were selling our meme coins into Sol. Sol was pumping, and then we were selling the Sol into stables. It was like a cheat code, man, for about a year. But I know people who didn't, and they're like, no, and now they're trying to offload their Sol at a 70% haircut. It's like, oh man, you just eroded 70% of your wealth in just a miscalculation on time.
Wild,
oh my God, it kills me inside. Like, I'm just like, oh, I wish I could have just taken 20% of your money and I would have done it for you, man.
Well, see, the lesson here is why, like we've spoken about this, and it'll probably be a theme for a while for those watching. You need to understand, like, for me right now, why would I want to be trading on-chain Solana if dominance is going down, if USD price is going down, if Solana meme coins aren't any leverage because the volume's down, liquidity is poor, it's being bundled unless there's an absolute runner. Like, and then you compare that back to USD. So it's going down in USD and AUD is outperforming USD. So you're basically lighting money on fire. So it's the literal opposite. It's the worst. Like, you should not be probably doing that. If you want to preserve capital and make money longer term, unless you're manipulating it by being an influencer and having copy traders, manipulating bundle launches and dev launches, okay, because you're on that side, go for it, because that's crime, all right? And I'm not that type of guy. I'm a trader who trades based on probability, based on fundamentals, on technicals, but also understanding from a macro sense that if USD is not being outperformed by, if AUD is outperforming USD, if Solana is dropping in USD, and Solana meme coins are dropping in USD, and Solana dominance is going out, why the hell would I even spend time even thinking about holding any of those assets or trying to trade those assets? So again, even trading into stable coins right now is a risky play if the AUD is about to outperform the USD for the next 10 years, Craig. Like, that's a very interesting thought for me. So it's a fascinating topic. And I mean, if we just briefly touch on ETH dominance too, it's the same chart here. ETH rotation happening in real time. So again, our NFTs are going to zero.
I feel okay with it now. I'm almost at peace with that. Yeah. Now I'm just going to how much lower can it go, Greeny? Zero's not that far away.
No, zero isn't far away now, Craig. Zero is not far away.
And also, I was going to say, Greeny, just to touch on your bundling thing before, I would say to the viewers, probably start to take notice who's still shilling meme coins daily, new daily runners. I'm going to suggest a lot of the people are still doing that. I take background deals. You'll also notice Greeny and I aren't shilling nothing. Like,
unless I take a trade. Yeah, and I've honestly, like, even like stuff like Rect, I haven't even looked at these. Like, they're probably losing key levels, and they're probably going to keep losing key levels later this year. So interesting time. There's no edge. And if you don't have an edge, you're gambling. If you do not have an edge, you are gambling. It's as simple as that.
The group chats that I stay in, because it gives me a little bit of a temperature gauge, they're non-existent, dude. Like, everyone's wrecked in there. Like, people are either still trying, but it's not really working out. The odd person gets the odd runner, but I'm going to dare say it's a runner out of 10 and 9 others of his lost. I'm going to guess, because people don't tell you that stuff. And then other people just aren't playing the game. They're not trenching anymore. Not like before, man. It's different. Like, everyone's quite down about it too. Like, if someone puts a contract address in there, people are like almost a bit mad if you post one. Like,
I'm grateful I'm not in any of those group chats anymore.
It's it's very dead. And as you might hear some people out there, influencers, creators, trying to convince you guys that there is still trenching still worth. No, man, it's not worth it. I do not. Be careful. Be very careful. I think the only stuff out there that anyone's making money on is people that are getting a tap on the shoulder, or they're the dev. And they're bundling it, and then they're pretending, I found this coin. It's like, come on, man, like, you found it? Like,
no, exactly. All right, guys, if you are new here, make sure you smash a follow. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We've got a good amount of viewers currently on my YouTube. We're live every day, guys. We're giving you analysis that no one else gives you every single day. And we're preparing you for moves ahead. We're not reacting to moves already happening. We've nailed it all cycle. We've been live every day since 2023, so highly recommend checking out the channel and supporting us by clicking follow and supporting us by subscribing. Come to Market Mates on Twitter, and you can see our clips over there as well, and get a really quick recap of what we're talking about and some of the viral moments from our particular tweets. Clips from our live streams. All right, last point here about BTC dominance, Craig. What we notice here is actually it's holding up incredibly well. So whilst we compare this to Solana and Ethereum dominance, which are very much going down, what we notice here is significant strength, okay? And what I really like here is that significant strength is not only in price holding up or dominance holding up as a percentage in terms of market cap allocated to Bitcoin, but stochastic on a monthly is already starting to get closer to the bottom there. Yeah. And the big thing that people need to know, and I expressed this to GTG this morning, this doesn't have to go all the way to zero because price dumps. If price goes sideways or dominance and percentage goes sideways, that actually allows this to reset. And that actually is so bullish for the long term of said asset, okay? The fact that you do not need to reset MACD, RSI, moving averages, stochastic momentum, the fact you don't need to reset those indicators, if price goes sideways or dominance as a percentage goes sideways, that screams bullishness for me in the next sort of 12 to 18 months. So I get very confident allocating some money to Bitcoin when we start to see this. Now, am I saying that the BTC dominance chart can't go lower? Absolutely not. I do think that it could correct, okay? And others' dominance is actually going up right now with Hyperliquid, with XMR, with Zcash really sustaining that pressure to the upside outside the top 10 assets. But you can't ignore the strength here. It's already down 60 percentile, okay, or it's from the 80th, so 50 percentile from there, okay, over the past couple of months, and dominance hasn't dumped. That's huge, Craig, and not many people are explaining it or understanding it in that capacity.
Yeah, it's holding up pretty well, huh? I guess a combination of people selling out of everything else and perhaps buying a little bit of Bitcoin, or even not buying, just holding. Perhaps. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a good show of strength. I hope it'd be nice if it just holds up here. It does make me pretty bullish for a send at some point. I guess Bitcoin's just cooking, basically. It's just simmering away. It might be going down in price, but I guess what you're saying is there's early signs that are showing it's holding up quite well at a fear and greed of 5.
Yeah.
Even though fear and greed's 5, that if I looked at this, I wouldn't think there would be that much fear. This doesn't show me fear.
No.
It shows me a little bit of hope.
Which is interesting.
So it is really interesting, man. Hey, where do you think we are on that psychological chart?
Probably denial.
Yeah, yeah, good.
So we have more pain ahead. Hold on. Oh, dude. Brave sucks as a, oh no, here we go. We got it.
It does suck sometimes. Although, they're actually Brave's looking for collaborators at the moment. So Brave, I love your platform. It's fantastic.
All right, here we go. I mean, Brave, they can reach out.
Get us on there.
Remember when you used to, if you used Brave Bowers the last cycle, you used to claim BAT token, you could send it to you. I don't know, like $1 every 3 months.
No. Actually, Crypto Wendy's, who we've had on the show, she's partnered with Brave, which I was like, shit, that's not a bad.
Dude, tell her to hit us up. Tell her to hit us up.
Right. Google, are you there?
That would be Giga. That would be Google.
Google, bro. Oh. Anyway, we are. This is I quite like this because I find this pretty accurate, dude. Because I feel it. So
it's not necessarily going to reflect in price. I think that's the first lesson and the first takeaway. It's just more about psychological understandings of where market moves, right? So look, you can overlay this with most charts and it'll fit pretty nicely, right? So for me, I think we're probably in denial. I think we've lost anxiety, but we're probably in between anxiety and denial, in my opinion. So my thinking is complacency was when we were in the 85K region, and that was so obvious it was complacency. Like, I know I was saying that we both said, this is a lower high. This is a complacent bounce.
I wish we were wrong, chap.
This is a major bear flag. You still have a chance. And Craig sold at 97. And I said to him, Craig, on live stream, a month ago, around a month ago, I said, Craig, why the hell are you trying to hold for an extra 5%? Literally sell it. And sure enough, he did. And he got out at 97 before we obviously
I'm glad I came to my senses on that one.
Take some 2%, thanks.
That's why you guys should tune in, man. Sober talk. Sometimes you got to talk things through, and sometimes when you talk it through with someone else, because they're not emotionally involved in your bags, that's the difference. So look, join GTG. That's why you join communities, man. Because sometimes you just need someone who's sober to go, dude, do you really want 3%? And then you go, well, hang on a minute, that's a fair call, because. Let's say I went for that 3%. How much are we down by? Like 20, 30%?
Oh, yeah, about that. Yeah.
So I've probably saved myself 27%, give or take some napkin.
Well, you got out at 97-ish, 96, let's say. Price is down 31% and it dipped to 38%. So say you had like 100 grand, that's 40 grand that you saved, right? Like that's a lot.
It actually is a lot. And the other side of the coin is, look how many more sats I'll be able to buy from selling at 97. Even if I bought here, I'm going to get 30% more for free. I guess it can go down, but it's not as bad. Anyway, great call. Glad I did it. And hopefully everyone who tuned in live, or if you want to go back, I might find that video. Just shows you that sometimes, we talk on the channel here live with you guys. We talk it through. It's not like we have a script and we're like, all right, today we've got to tell I'm selling. No, that was live emotions.
My script's just here, right? It's just
that was live emotions. That was trading live. You guys are watching us basically chat as two friends, like we're having a coffee together going, what should I do, man? Like, what do you think? And I don't know. I hope people got value out of that. Yeah, same here. I hope people, Yeah, I think that was probably, in hindsight, those chats for people, if you went back to it, are probably super valuable. And you
Yeah.
can see that we really do give our honest, like, it's my bags on the line here. Like, it's
Yeah.
not anyone else's bags.
You know, I did a bit of diving yesterday and I found two glorious tweets. This is crazy. Okay. Like, and we'll come back to Wall Street. We'll come back to Wall Street cheat sheet in a second. Look at this tweet, Craig. I don't know, friends, but BTC looks scary here on the monthly. October 11th. So just mind you, Australia is ahead of time. Okay. So Australia's ahead. This is hours, if not minutes, before the $19 billion liquidation. What? Yeah. Hey, am I a prophet? No, I just know how to read price. I've been doing this for nearly 10 years full time. Oh, no, 3 years full time, but 10 years part time. And I just love price and I understand how price moves. So again, you want to be following people that prepare you for moves, not react. I saw some dude on Instagram literally yesterday, Craig, again say, oh, we de-risked in November. I was like, you're at 80K already, bro. That's $45,000 from the all-time high. You've lost 40% of your portfolio. I was de-risking at 119K and I was stabled up in September, 95% of the portfolio, because I said there's exhaustion, there's weakness on the chart. This doesn't look good. It's a parabolic move from 2023, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, the even wilder tweet, not only did I share the chart that day, but I actually did this as well. Where is it? Where is it? Here. Oh, this one is crazy. Okay. This is posted 10:10 again before the liquidation event, because remind you, Australia is ahead of time. One big holder selling Bitcoin could trigger the cascade of the decade. Everyone talks about adoption. Nobody talks about liquidation. This isn't FUD. It's awareness. There's a difference, and most people don't see it until it's too late. Within 24 hours, we had $19 billion of liquidation. Altcoins lost 80%. Exchanges went down. Bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just, you can just, like, if you've been doing this for a long time, and that's like, I try my best to try and articulate that on live streams and articulate that in the GTG ecosystem, but it's so hard to teach intuition. It's so hard to teach trend analysis. It's so hard to teach experience. Like, it's so hard. But if you're part of the GTG community, or you follow me on Twitter, you follow this show every day, you will get awareness like this. You will get analysis like this before massive shit, before a trend shift occurs, right? And I time this too precisely. And again, a lot of people always react, okay? I saw the same people who are like, oh, we de-risk. Yeah, they were buying at all-time highs, literally. And you go and look for that video, you look for that tweet, and they've deleted it, okay? Because they are so insecure. They are so insecure, and they're selling way more of a package than I am, making thousands of dollars per person, more than I will ever do. But I don't give that to you because I'm an educator and I want you guys to win and I want you guys to understand. And that's the key, Craig. And that's the massive difference between this show and literally 95% of the LARPs out there. They sell you a dream. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're following us. They're following us and going, oh, shit, Greeny just spoke about this. I better update mine about this because, oh, yeah, look at what we did here. Well, you didn't also do this. And they claim to the one win that they've had over the past sort of year or 18 months. It's like, bro, you actually have no idea. You are just lucky that you have built up this sole advertising business that's done so well, because you clearly don't know how this moves or how this industry succeeds. You just got lucky with selling a product, right? It's fascinating, man. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's not a lot of, I wouldn't say there's a lot of creators that are also excellent traders.
Yes.
The two don't always go hand in hand. It's probably quite unique because traders are different, right? Traders, they're a little bit more like devs, traders.
Yeah.
The really good traders are like devs, e.g. they can lock themselves in a room, solo sport, zoned in, analyzing data. You got to be a different kind of person to do it. And then combine that and then be charismatic as a creator. The two don't always go together. E.g., there's not a lot of people like us. We're quite rare in the space. Yeah. And that's why it is very much so. And that's why I think a lot of creators get it wrong, because they're not traders and they've made money in crypto by explaining to the audience how to make money rather than them knowing how to actually make money.
Yeah.
So basically undisclosed NFT deals from 22, 23. Those people moved into trading meme coins. They didn't know TA. They didn't know anything. They knew how to take undisclosed deals and dump on heads. And
yeah, but even more than that, people just like they follow all these other analysis and they react to analysis and price already happening, whereas we prepare. Like that in itself is worth millions of dollars. Like you can't even sell that, right? You can't even sell what we provide you every day. So I really hope
bottle it and sell it, eh?
I mean, wish you could sell this mine, man. We get shit wrong. We get shit wrong, and we're transparent about that. We acknowledge that. I mean, look at our pudgy penguins. We got that wrong, right? Right now, it's the only trade. Or not the only trade, but it's one of the trades that I really got wrong in the last 6 months. Everything else pretty much nailed.
Good.
But anyways, moving back to this is why I think we're very much in between anxiety and denial. I think a lot of people still think we go. I still like a lot of people on my timeline are still saying new all-time highs in 26. That shows me that there's still denial that we're in a bear market. Whereas other people commented on my tweet and were like, no, Greeny, I'm seeing people call 30K, 40K. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. Good to know the balance of the algo is a little bit different there. So we aren't too far away potentially from where price is fair value, in my opinion. But based on experience, based on my knowledge, based on my analysis, anxiety to denial here for me. We still have a long way to go in terms of time capitulation. In terms of price, maybe not as much, maybe 20% more on Bitcoin specifically. Altcoins will probably go down 40% in my opinion. A lot of them will never recover. They're all going to zero. What do you think? Where are we in your interpretation?
It's a similar spot between anxiety and denial. Probably for me a little bit closer to denial.
Yeah.
But there or thereabouts. I'm looking forward to getting into panic and capitulation. Bring it on, because you can smell it, man. I can smell it a mile away. So it's easy for me to pick. When you've been around like you and me, I can feel it's quite interesting. You sort of, the longer you're in the market, you get a real, it's like playing sport. It's quite instinctual after a while. Mm-hmm. And I totally agree with you. And I think you and I have got a really good read of the pulse. I think we're getting, I'm not saying close to bottom, but I feel like panic is coming soon. I think if we slice through 60 and we go into the 50s, panic sets in around there. Capitulation is maybe in the 40s, but as you said, it could be a time-based capitulation, not a price-based capitulation. So, but I think if we go into the 40s, we hit capitulation regardless of time. Then it just fast forwards emotions. But I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I'm just trying to turn my fan on. Sorry. Yeah, I am looking forward to buying capitulation, dude, and anger. And depression, all of those are good for buying, actually. All of those are good. And then what's going to happen, guys, and this is when people won't pick the bottom, is disbelief. So we're going to bottom out. Greeny and I are going to start saying things like, I think a bottom might be forming, guys. I'm buying here. I'm DCAing in. And we're going to get comments saying, you idiot. We're going
lower, bro.
You idiot. You idiot. You guys don't know what you're talking about. And maybe we don't at that point. Don't know, man. But I'll be buying. And then they're going to say 24. They're going to say 36. All these numbers. And it's just going to go woof. And then it'll hit 50 again. And then they're going to go, nah, this is a bull trap. And it's not going to be a bull trap. And it's going to break through 50 eventually, and then we go all-time high, and it's going to be glorious. And we're going to do the same thing we did in 23, Greedy. We're going to get rich again, or rich for once, maybe. So no, I think this is pretty accurate. And looking through what Bitcoin did price-wise, I feel all of that optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. I felt all of those. So as much as people out there probably want to say we didn't get euphoria for long enough, I don't know. I felt it a few times.
Dude, 2024 start of the year and end of the year was extremely euphoric. It's about as euphoric as you can get. Pengu dropped. I got $100,000 for free for just holding a Pudgy Penguin NFT. That is euphoria. That is a top signal if you ever think about it, right? The president of the United States launched a meme coin. That is euphoria. Sure, price went a bit higher on Bitcoin specifically, but he bled the market dry on-chain, liquidity, volume. So much money wasted, okay? It's just fascinating. You've got to dive deeper. So Yeah, anyways, moving on to the next one. This is what I was talking about earlier. Prohibited industries. Following on, X just announced this overnight. But some interesting points. So the following content categories are not eligible for paid partnership promotion. So this is going to impact a lot of creators and creator businesses. As it says here, crypto is a significant financial product, service, or opportunity. That is huge. So technically, marketing via X is no longer going to be allowed, as it's prohibited. So I wonder how they're going to manage that, in my opinion. And then the bottom one I really like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to have a pun. I'm a bit of a gambling man in my spare time on certain things, but I'm sick of getting slammed with my feed. I go to Kick right now. You go to Twitch, you go to X, and it's just literally people gambling. Like, when the hell is that being entertainment? Like, I actually think that's the bottom of society. Like, I'm not going, like, sure, like, we partner with Yeet, and I'm not saying it's not a great business to get into. If you're running that business, I think it's great. Good on you. It's smart, because that's where a lot of people spend time and spend money.
People want it, yeah.
Exactly. But from
like
an entertainment,
right? People want it.
Exactly. Yeah, people want it. Exactly. But from an entertainment perspective, from a common bloke, I actually hate seeing that, because I know that so many people in Australia have a problem with that. $50 billion is wasted on gambling every year in our country. And you see this slam, like, you see people on YouTube with millions of views. They just go and gamble in the pokies. They shill some referral links, and they get paid billions of dollars or millions of dollars from Stake or whatever the platforms are. It's not entertainment. There's nothing entertaining about that at all. It's just someone who has gambling addiction just being public about it as a social icon. I think that's we're hitting such scum levels, in my opinion, of entertainment. Like, I hate to be that rude and that raw, but that's how I feel about it, Craig. I really do.
Yeah, and I think as well, for the viewers, they probably would be much better off watching our show and learning how to make money, rather than watching some other guy gamble
and give away cash. It's such a bad model. It's such a bad model.
I get it. Like, now and then, like, if you tuned in, don't get me wrong, if you tuned in now and then, you're watching your favorite creator and he's having a punt, definitely. Yes. But definitely don't be watching these guys every day, man. You're really better off tending to your garden and what's going to make you financially better in the future. And I can tell you now, if you're wasting any more than 10 minutes a day watching that crap, man, spend an hour a day learning. I could go off all day about what to learn: Bitcoin, charts, TA, equities, markets, anything other than that. Like, oh man, yeah, be very careful about what you digest. And I'm learning that as I get older. You've got to curate what your brain takes in, because you've only got so much space. Why not give it stuff that will help you make money? And that's not watching some sponsored gambler, unfortunately.
I mean, look, yeah, exactly. And half of it is, and that's not even half. 90% of it is sponsored. Okay. And a lot of the time they might disclose it, but a lot of the time they don't disclose it. So it's sponsored. And a lot of the time it's actually fake money. You go watch XQZ, it's not even his real money, man, on the platform. So it's crazy.
100%. Even Drake, when you see Drake putting up those big bets for Stake, those sponsored ads, man. It's like, Drake puts $1 million on this guy to win. It's like, I don't know, man, because that's who he's partnered with. I don't think Drake's putting his $1 million on. No. Like, I don't think that's his million.
It's the same as when Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, when Justin Bieber, which has recently come out, it's like they weren't buying it. There was their team or someone shilled it to them to buy it to make it go giga viral, right? It's the same with like all of that. Okay, it's fascinating
like
industry.
People laughing like, haha, Justin Bieber's down this much on his Bored Ape. I'm like, he got it for free, man. Like, he doesn't.
He's also worth 500 million. Like, I'm sure he doesn't even know what it is, right?
Probably lost the wallet, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's anyway.
It's an interesting time. It's an interesting time in entertainment. It's an interesting time in being a creator. And I think as we see refinements like this on X, we see refinements on YouTube. It's fascinating it's just going to crush like the majority of people, because that's all they do. Look at the InfoFi. My timeline is thriving because InfoFi is no longer around. My algo is clean. I mean, it's AI dominated, but that's what X is really pushing towards. But my engagement is, I mean, I should look actually and see if it's proof of the pudding, but my engagement is flourishing right now, Craig. I don't know about you, but is yours increasing?
It's picked up. It's definitely picked up. I think you've caught a bigger wave than me, but your content, your content of late's been quite informative on a lot of topics. So lots of different people can probably get something out of what you've been posting. Mine's a bit less so. It's more specific. So I can see you catching a pretty good wave, but even mine is getting, it's starting to get the right eyes now, and it's starting to get good quality comments back and things like that. It's not just, it is a lot of bots, there's a lot of crap, but there is some genuine people coming through now where 6 months ago, I think I just got buried under a lot of InfoFi slop, which sucked. In fact, there's some creators from that time that I haven't even seen on the timeline now. So they were just all in on InfoFi, and obviously they had groups that were in, they were all commenting on each other's stuff. And it's funny, now that there's not an incentive for other people to support you, they've left, and those people are now left without support. So they haven't built genuine followers that actually care about what they say. Whereas you and me, I'd like to think some people probably value what we say rather than support me, guys, like and retweet this post. It's like, fuck that.
Look at this. Yeah. Like I went through a lull period, like November all the way to the start of this year. It was dire straits, and it's not like my content changed. I've had the same content for 3 years on the platform. But as you can see, I've seen like that's a 2x, right? So this is about 50,000-ish impressions consistently here. And it's been consistently now back towards 100 to 200,000. So that's like a 3, 4, 5x in terms of impressions. Now, impressions aren't everything. Engagement is important as well. If you look at engagement, that's up at least a 2x from where it was for a long period of time here, whereas only a couple thousand. Now it's 10,000, 5,000 to 10,000 consistently. October was massive because I was telling everyone I was bearish. Look at that. I was telling everyone I was bearish. I was traveling and I was like, guys, we're going to dump from here. And sure enough, we did. So it's interesting to see that. And I mean, the real interesting one for me is engagement rate. That's actually increased. So if you look here over the past year, my engagement rate is definitely, I mean, it's very consistent, but it arguably is increasing now in 2026, which is great to see. Like you do want to make sure your engagement rate sort of sits at that 5% mark or as close as you can get. So I think a big lesson, and still a lot of people, it's crazy. Like even some of these recent marketing things that we've spoken about as well on the stream, I'm not going to name them right now, but they just go for followers, and it's such a vanity. It's literally just such a vanity metric, in my opinion. Like it's a lost cause, in my opinion. If you're looking at marketing, you need to dive deeper than just how much followers does someone get or how much like engagement do they get. It's more about trust. It's more about value. It's more about consistency, in my opinion. And I think there would be better, like not that it's a referral sort of system, but I think there would be better. Look, there'd be better takeaways. And I think someone with a smaller creator funnel would have a higher engagement rate and a higher sign-up rate because they're more trusted, they're more valued than someone that's got 200K followers or 100,000 followers and they have a lower. I think you actually get better retention and better opportunities from someone that has less followers these days, but a higher engagement, a higher trust score, a higher value score compared to someone that just has quantity. Okay. I think quality is really coming to the forefront, and you're going to notice that in the coming months and probably coming years, Craig, of content, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's true about the engagement metric as well. I normally try to keep it about 5%. And it does tend to sit around there between 4 and 5. If I start doing real engagement bait posts, it's like the views will go up and the engagement doesn't really increase, it might decrease. So it does show it's quality over quantity.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You've got to put a little bit of effort into it, but then you've also got to be consistent. So it's actually a bit of a drag, guys. It's like real life. You've got to work really hard for a long time.
Well, I mean, I posted on Twitter every day for like 3 years now, so that's why I'm at 43K followers, right? So
it's a job in itself.
It is a job.
It really is a job. You got to be so consistent.
If you want it that bad, you will get it. Okay. And Alex Hormozi, all these top guys, like they literally scream the same thing, and it's the same. Like it's consistency. Just keep trying, keep learning, keep growing, keep improving, and you will get there. You just got to play the patient game. Some people blow up faster, other people it takes longer. Okay. It's the exponential curve of growth. Okay. That's how life works, really, to be honest, a lot of the time. It's like the gym. That's why I suffer. Like I can work my ass off. I'm so dedicated to this, but I haven't been able to do that with my body. Whereas you, Craig, you were shredded back in the day, and you're still shredded now, right? So it's like I need to get the same addiction, you could nearly call it, and consistency with Twitter and GTG and the community and trading as the gym, because then I could be shredded and I could go to these crypto events and be proud of the body that I built. Whereas right now I go to the beach and I'm just this albino white guy who's like kind of like mediocre average body, and I'm like, and I stand beside my mate who's just genetically blessed, who's tan and shredded and 90 kilos of just fine muscle, and I'm like, well, I probably look like a loser. So I need to improve and it obviously helps your mental game too, so I do need to get back into it.
I need to as well. Actually, I've dropped off the last month. I need to get back into it. I told myself that the other day. I was like, dude, you got to start. Just because I've been focusing so much like you on your brand and all that stuff, I've just gone ham, and I just didn't have the bandwidth for it, man. To be honest, I was just like, which I should have, but no, good call. You gotta keep that stuff up. You got to keep that stuff up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving.
What's BlackRock doing?
Yeah, so overnight, BlackRock executive team says 1% crypto allocation in Asia could unlock $2 trillion of new inflow. During a panel consensus discussion at consensus discussion in Hong Kong, Peach pointed to a massive capital pools in traditional finance as ETF adoption spreads across Asia. I think this will happen later this year. I do agree with this. With 1% allocation for most portfolios across Asia, I mean, there's so much money in Asia as well. There's so much money around the whole world. That would nearly see an increase in 2 trillion, which would basically double the crypto market cap from where it is today. So I definitely think this is like, yeah, look, this is a good thing. And it just, again, we looked at BTC dominance earlier in the show, and you look at that and you go, well, they're obviously going to buy BTC, right? Like it's the number one. They're going to make the 1% that they allocate, 80% of that's probably going to go into BTC, if not 100% of that. So it screams value again, Craig. And I think, like we said earlier, like don't put all your eggs in one basket. Someone like PO, I really think is a risky trade where you're doubling down on MicroStrategy. Your whole net worth is purely Bitcoin. Like, be careful, because you never know what can happen in life. You never know what can happen in black swan events, etc. Whereas I like the form of diversification. So I like diversifying within the crypto industry. I like day trading. I also like trading memes when it's lucrative, when the market's hot. I also like spot trading. I like perps trading, okay, whatever it is. But I also own a bit of ETFs over here. I own Australian things. I own a couple US things. We're just buying a house now. So it's important that you protect your wealth in a range of different ways, okay? Because that's the secret to success over time. What do you think? This is pretty bullish, I think, for later accumulation this year and potentially into 2027.
Yeah, man, it's all the right articles, isn't it? And I think it is. I think it is that easy. Like, what I mean by that is when the switches get flicked, we could get a lot of inflow, man. Like, because crypto's so small, so the bucket to fill the bucket up from the other the assets above us. It fills up quick, dude. Like, rocket. Yeah. Like, that's why I'm so excited about Bitcoin. And I was speaking, when was it? With you the other day, and I was talking about I still see a lot of upside for Bitcoin. I had a few comments from people saying, no, they don't see the upside anymore in Bitcoin. I was thinking, man, there's just so much more that can come to it. It's just so in its infancy still. Like, there's just so much money out there that's not able to be allocated to crypto that I think in the future will be by funds. And it doesn't take much, man, to send Bitcoin to 200 grand. It really doesn't. So I am very, very excited. I love these headlines. I love these headlines, especially when the price is low. These headlines aren't great at the top. They're good at the bottom, though.
No.
So another good one, another good headline really for us in the future.
It is. All right, last topic today is ZEET. Talk to me, Craig. Have you filled up? How many?
Up in your thing, mine's not.
So underneath your deck tab on your profile, you can see the people that you have minted. So I put a post up last night. I'm pretty sure I was one of the top creators on the entire platform for ZEETs earned. I had 19,300 ZEETs or something, which puts me very much in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, if not top 5. And the majority of the other people who had ZEETs, I'm talking Whale, I'm talking Pons, I'm talking Eli, they are advisors or on the team. So I'm fairly sure I am actually the top creator on the entire platform, or was at that period of time, who was not an advisor or was not part of the team. So I really leveraged that in my tweet last night. But these people reached out to me and I said, yeah, look, you guys reached out to me. You followed me for a while. I'll support you. So, like, obviously Bo is part of the security team at Pudgy Penguins. I've spoken to him in the past. Kieran's been a long time GTG member, posts a lot of great content. I feel sorry for him because he was a big InfoFi guy. So hopefully he's coming back in a new way. Jack, dude, the fact I sent Jack a DM. I was like, oh, bro, we have to exchange cards. I was like, yeah, you're a no-brainer, bro. And shout out to him. We've been chatting a little bit in DMs. And Breeze as well. Yeah, Breeze said, thanks for letting me rip you, Greenie. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Breeze sent me a DM. Yeah, I was like, yeah, bro, mate, you helped us out back in the day, so happy to do it. Julie sent me a DM, Riddler sent me a DM. These are guys that people I've known on the timeline for a while. Whatever, man, gave us a really nice tweet yesterday about our show, Fogo. I commented, I was like, you know what, I'll do someone who I haven't associated with before. So Fogo was the allocation there. So I've still got a few left to go. I think I've got, let me check. I don't want to like disclose it, but I've got 10 myself. Eli obviously sent me a DM, and I was going to send Eli a DM. I was like, yeah, of course we're going to share cards.
I tried to get hold of him yesterday, and he's given all his away now. I was like, no.
Oh, dude. So I've got 13. I've got 11 left. How much have you got left? I've got 11.
I've got 1 left.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, dude, I went ham. I've got lots of people's cards now.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I've collected everyone's. And then I gave a few out to a few GTG members. I gave a couple to, like Paddy. And then obviously people that have supported our channels, like Breeze. Certain people that have really been around and supported us, as soon as they put in my comments, they want one. I was like, straight away, yep, dude, you get one. Thanks. Yeah. I notice who's there for me when I'm not trying to give away 100%. Something, or it's not a giveaway and they still turn up, or they might just comment on the post even if they don't care about it. They're just there every day, and I'm like, dude, you're going to get, like, I'm not going to give it to some rando if I've got people that have actually. Crypto Raro, he got one from me because he's a legend.
Oh yeah, that's actually fair play. I need to DM him one. Yeah,
Drew. Yeah, just people that I'd noticed have been around all those years with me. I was like, yeah, man, you get one. Like, I got a lot of DMs from people I haven't spoken to, man. Like, my DMs.
Really?
You're requested. Do you have requested on yours?
Wait, for DMs?
Yeah.
I actually haven't looked at requested.
You have heaps, man. You have heaps. I've got a few that people, I mean, fair shout. You got to give it a crack, and I get it. Apologies. Those people, I've got to give them to the people that I know. I think it's better. But so no, I didn't just swap. I actually had a funny comment in one of my posts going, "You guys, you creators, just all swapping cards with yourselves. How about giving to those that didn't get accepted?" I was kind of thinking, man, the people that got accepted are probably the people that have been doing the work, man. But in saying that, just to address that comment, I actually probably gave away a good 30%, 20-30% to people that didn't give me one back. So I did thank people, but then I also played it smart. I was like, no, there's a couple of creators that I want their card because I think I might be able to make money. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So having Jack and Eli on there, I was like, I want at least those two. Like, and I know a lot of people probably want Whale and stuff, but I actually want to go down the other side. Like, I want to go down the up and coming people, not the people at the top, right? So like, I know, like, whatever man has 50,000 followers, Riddler has 30,000, Julia has 50,000, Bo has like 20-something thousand, Kieran has 20,000, Jack has 30,000. So I was like, you know what, I'll get, And some other people I handed mine out who have a larger, I was a little bit generous. I was like, okay, you can have mine. But I was thinking too, it might be good strategy for you not to do just a direct swap too. Like, I was thinking, you know what, like, Greenie might be a rare card for people to try and get potentially down the track, right? If I obviously sustain the engagement that I've had for a while, which I don't see me slowing down. I'm too addicted to this bloody space. But it's interesting.
This model.
Yeah.
Who knows how it's going to be built out? Yeah. The other thing I saw that was really interesting is that the creators take a cut of the fees of the swaps and trades of your cards.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wait, really?
Yeah, I went to the Yeet post and read it semi-thoroughly. Dude, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The other thing they were saying is that you can combine multiple commons. I think you can combine commons to make them rares and mythics and things.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can mix and match and stuff. Okay. So there's going to be a bit of gamification to it. Allison, I believe you tried to use one of mine and it got taken. Apologies.
Yeah, Allison, send me a DM. I'll sort you out. Allison, we've known each other for ages. Yeah.
It was actually quite chaotic to work out what I'd given away, to be honest. So apologies if I stuffed up. But I guess I got to say I'm bullish. I got accepted, I guess. But look, if they can create a good flywheel where creators get incentivized, collectors get incentivized. I mean, look, ultimately the collectors need to be incentivized the most, probably, because they're going to stimulate the economy, not us maybe so much. Although I will stimmy it, don't get me wrong. There's a few guys out there I'll buy. Like I'm going to have to buy an Eli now. Fuck it. Excuse my
Yeah, true.
make me sick, man. I can't. He messaged me yesterday and said, "I've got one for you," and then I've replied and gone, "Sweet, let's do it now," because I woke up. And he's gone, "Oh, sorry, bro, time zone things." I was like, "Dude, you couldn't."
It actually they launched. No, they did launch in the middle of the bloody night. So it's like, oh, dude, I hate that.
I'm not angry, Eli. I'm disappointed. I'm
disappointed that he just didn't save him.
No, look, fair game. Eli's a popular man. Whatever, Eli.
Particularly on abstract too. Particularly on abstract.
Yeah.
Alison, I just sent you a DM. I just sent you a DM with mine. And if you have one, send me back.
Get yourself a camel.
No, does Camel even have any still or not?
He probably out. Before I got one, I swapped him as my last one. Because that guy on the timeline's an absolute assassin, man. Like that guy. He's probably one of the better marketing guys on there. Like he's good, man. His engagement bait tweets are good. So I was like, I got to have a camel.
I just sent him a DM now. Let's see if he replies.
But yeah, it's cool.
Well, there's a good point here. So some campaigns go towards a fan based on how you all perform as well. How we all perform. Isn't that weird to be like, this is why Fantasy Top was always so shit, because it was just so, it was top heavy. And I like to see because it's not top heavy. That's what I like about it, right? So very bullish on Z. And we've been saying that for months. It's an organic model. They set the tone for Cato and other platforms that then had to adjust. And then obviously they're reacting with this card game, which they've talked about for a long time. So yeah, I get really keen. I hit up Walls as well, but he'd given out all his. So he's got one of my cards. He's got one of my cards. So I was like, I'll give one. I'll give one.
I think what's interesting as well is I think they started to hint at a Yeet token. TGE. So there's going to be, I believe, your allocations of Yeet might be associated with whose cards you have and things like that as well. So I mean, considering where we are in the market right now, I'm actually quite thankful this has come along, dude, because I was a bit like, it wasn't a lot of trading to do. I used to trade cards. I kind of dig this shit, man. It's a bit of an ego.
It'll be fun. It'll be entertaining in the bear market. Yeah.
Like just the fact I get to rage about not having an Eli card, just stuff like that, just banter is funny to me because I'm a bit bored too. I've got things to do, but I need a distraction, and this is going to be that.
I'm so tempted to do just a really funny tweet. I'm so tempted to do it.
You should floor Eli when it goes live, bro.
No, my tweet's going to be some along the lines of just using my rare one to be like, imagine not being rare, even though you earned the most, and just like having his there and then me. I don't know, just good engagement. I don't know. It's funny on the timeline, but I haven't done that. I don't have time for that today. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Speaking of, we probably do need to end the stream very shortly. Yes. I think this is exciting. If you tuned into our show for a long time, or I know you well, like Allison, Badoggo's community, so that takes me way back to like bloody 23. And Breeze, obviously, like massive fan of Breeze, who's supportive of us for a long, long time. Even like some Brad or someone like that. Like if you want to get on Zed or something, and you want to have my card, shoot me a DM, and I've still got 10 left or maybe 8 left. I've been strategic. Like I've given it to some bigger people, and then I was like, I'll keep the rest for people in house at GTG. So. Or obviously anyone who watch our stream. Yeah,
I think Greeny, one of the other perks of holding a card, I've got to go back and check this. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think I've seen something like if you hold a card, you get to mint a pack for free or something like that. There's a benefit in holding someone's card like mine, e.g. when the public goes live. I think, I don't want to say either it's free or you get to mint first. Like, I feel like it's first come, first serve, so I might be wrong there. But I think if you don't own a card, you may not be able to mint the first lot of packs. So I think there is a real benefit in giving other people who aren't a creator. So that's as well. I'm glad I gave some people that weren't, because now they get to mint a pack, right? So like I was saying, our cards aren't. We need for this to work. We need people to get pumped about it and want to trade. So
also we're going to score well. Like I know I will probably score well. So I know it. I'm being generous by giving my card.
You're a good person to back. Really good.
There's actually a well-known account who was big in the InfoFi space. Arguably, maybe was a little bit pumping the bags in some capacity, in some particular way, engagement, whatever. But I was like, you've been consistent across. I saw you across all the leaderboards. I gave him my card actually because he doesn't have one. So I was like, here, I know that you deserve one. You've worked hard. Whether you manipulated it a bit, whatever, like that's just crypto. But
I
here you
might
go.
know
So,
who you mean, man.
yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, I think he's got like 40,000, 50,000 followers. So, yeah, definitely. Who are you all going to trade on Zeet top 3? Well, I mean, if you look at Zeet, it'll be interesting how it works. Like, is it based like they can't track engagement anymore? So I'm very curious about how this actually works, right?
The
Because
other interesting thing is the yeets you've earned act as a currency for you to buy other cards, dude. So you're going to be able to buy
I'm
loads.
loaded, bro. I'm loaded, bro. Look at this.
Currency, man.
119,000, bro.
So you're going to be able to buy heaps.
I
Because you
can
can
buy
use
everyone's cards. I can buy all the rare cards.
So you're
Interesting.
going to go, bro, because I've only got 2,000 yeets. You've got like, 10 times. You were 10 times my, because that's going to act as a currency. So you can either buy the cards with crypto or with your yeets.
I
So
might keep
someone
my
like you,
yeah, I might keep
just
my
go ham, bro. Just go ham and you should just buy all the greenies so no one has them, man, and drive the price right up.
Dude, that's actually smart, bro. That's like
what we did with
Hyperliquid
Friendtech.
buyback.
This is Friendtech on steroids now.
Hyperliquid on buyback, but greenie buyback on Zeet. How about that?
You can put a buyback flywheel in, man.
Yeah. Make greenies right. Don't worry. I'm ready. You know me. I love a bit of like gamification. Yeah. I'm so competitive. It's so stupid. My question to you or Breeze in the chat, like, with this, though, how are they measuring? Like, what's the measure? Like, because the X API is no longer accessible, right? So, yeah, what's the gamification? They can't judge engagement rate. They can't judge impressions. They can't judge, like, how are they? Yeah, but Zeet's in what capacity? Like, is it talking about the product again, or I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not sure. Craig, did they say that, or they obviously alluding to more information soon?
No, I didn't see anything on metrics that I could gamify, unfortunately, that I could start to plan. They probably have been a bit careful, but I'm super excited to see. Yeah, I just think, look, this could end up being terrible or could end up being really good. So I'm optimistic. I need something to do to distract myself from time to time. This looks like the perfect thing for me. It's visual. I can see the cards. I like trading cards. Let's go. I'm into it. So hopefully we can make some money from this. And I don't mean just us. I mean people. Hopefully some people can flip our cards. That's why I was kind of keen to give a few of my cards away. So I even said to them, hopefully I can pump my own one and you guys can make some money on me. I don't even care.
Wouldn't it be funny if you like put a tweet out like this is out, like you're gonna go, hey guys, the next 24 hours I'm gonna release a range of engagement posts. Here is some early alpha for you to maybe consider buying my card, or we reveal that on a stream and say, look, the next 24 hours I'm going to town on these topics that are trending, blah blah blah. I mean, I hope the thing that I always liked about Zeet was that it was organic, and that's what I really hope it comes back to. It's that it's not spam content. The reason I have so many Zeets is because I was organic. I did not spam all the tournaments. Okay, I did not. I only got into. They got rid of it. But the reason I have so many Zeets is because I literally just spoke about Myriad Markets, Abstract, Pudgies for a bit, the Science one randomly, and like one other one. Okay, so I literally was only on 5 leaderboards, but I earned Zeets from general crypto content as a creator. And in general on Zeets as well. I talk about Zeet and their products. So for me, that already is the definition of signal over noise. So anyone that spammed it and was on the leaderboard of everything, not sure that's the best sort of person or card you want. And so it'll be very interesting to see how they do measure the creators moving on forward. Brendan, yeah, we're talking about a new card. We're talking about a new card game that's coming on chain to Abstract and Zeet. You can sign up. I mean, I can drop my link. I don't even know how you do that. Here we go. Here it is. I'll drop my link. If you can't, like, this could be really fun in the bear market. This could be really fun in the bear market. So let me drop that in chat. Hold on, where's chat? There it is. So yeah, there's my Zeet link. You can jump on. Really easy. You just connect an EVM wallet. So you can connect your Abstract wallet, or you can connect your MetaMask or your Raby wallet. It just needs to be EVM compatible. So I get excited by this. I think it's a great opportunity to do something different, as we very much won't probably have a lot of on-chain trends emerging in 2026. I think there will be opportunities. We obviously saw Matic do really well in the last bear cycle. We obviously saw Pepe and Mog launch in the middle of the bear cycle. So there will be opportunities, and we'll be plugged in every day. But this looks like fun, and I love a good card game. I love a good strategic game. I love a bit of gamification. I love a bit of competitiveness. So for me, this will be a fun thing to do whilst there's not many other emerging trends on chain.
I think as well, like with them leading into TGE with the Yi token, I like the idea of you being able to flip cards and strategically upgrade everything, and you might get a bigger token allocation for it. That for me, you can make money on the trading, but then on the back end, if you're strategic with it and do it quite smart, depending on which creators you do that with, you could end up with a really nice allocation of the token when it launches. So, that's not only just beneficial to the creator. If you play it smart, to the people who even didn't get in, but you can still trade them, you could still make some good money. So yeah, like Breeze just said, I feel like it would be so much weaker if it didn't have that token allocation element to it. But I like that, because even for me, then I can start to think, okay, how can I strategically position myself to get the most amount of tokens I can, what I need to do. And that might involve me supporting fellow creators and buying up all the cards. So I'm incentivized as a creator, not just to be one big circle jerk with all the creators. We're so great, we got on there. You can still make money even if you didn't get that opportunity. I'm pretty stoked. It's probably because I was on there early with you. So that's probably why I got in there. That's super cool. I saw some big accounts, man, got turned down. I was like, oh, wow, there was actually... I'm trying to think of names. It was just some people. I can't give you them off the top of my head. It was more like when I saw people say they didn't get in, and I went to their follow account. Maybe their followers are pretty bloated. Maybe Yeet went away and analyzed some big accounts. Zeet. Sorry, I can say Yeet. No, sorry, Zeet. Maybe they went in the background and looked at the analytics and went, these guys have botted their account or something like that. So, I mean, admittedly, they weren't accounts that I straight away knew. But then when I clicked on them, they were large. So maybe Zeet's decided there's some fake creators out there who have fake followings.
Yeah, for sure. No, they would determine all this. And that's what the burst and I referred to earlier. It was like, look, I know you probably engaged unorganically in a way, but I'm happy to support you because you did well. So anyways, I think that'll do. I've got to go call a bunch of people, sign a lot of documents, negotiate a lot of things. I've got a bit of work to do today. A bit of work to do. To say.
Yeah, but no, great show. We covered a lot. So we will be back Monday, brother. Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or for the Americans in the room, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. When does that change? When does daylight savings change for the Americans in the room?
I actually don't know. We need to probably look that up. I would assume end of winter, maybe. So I'm not sure.
All right, cool, dude. What do you got on the weekend? Just house stuff?
Well, yeah, I've got to sort out my house stuff today. We got to negotiate whether there's a few little issues. Like the bathtub has a hole in it, but there's tenants in there currently. There might be a bit of a leak in one of the bedrooms that has ruined the carpet a little bit and the timber underneath. So those are structural things. And I'm like, well, these definitely need to be fixed, but obviously you're not aware of that till you do a building and pest inspection, right? Yeah, otherwise the rest are pretty okay. So it's like, well, we can just deal with that when we get in there. So yeah, that's going to be a negotiation. I've got to call the agent, my old man's builder. So he's just going to clarify what he thinks as well, how much it'll cost, maybe how much time it'll take and what we need to check because it goes unconditional next week. So you do want to make sure it's like, if you have any qualms, you sort it literally probably today or over the weekend. So interesting times. And my wife's birthday next week as well. She turns, I'm just disclosing her age, but she's big number. So yeah, 30. She turns 30. So
nice one, dude. Congratulations, Mrs. Greenie. 30 is a great one, man. 30 is a great one.
Yeah. Anyways, Craig, mate, you have a lovely weekend. Hopefully you don't get flooded. I think we're due for rain later today and over the weekend as well. So hopefully you're all good down there.
Cheers, Greenie, and thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Appreciate your support as always. And we'll catch you next week, and hopefully we can bring you some good entertainment and maybe a little bit of education sprinkled in.
Yeah, as always, click follow, click sub on YouTube if you're watching, guys. We're live every day. We give you analysis and detailed insights that a lot of people don't give you. We predict what price is going to do. We don't react, and I think that's a big takeaway for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again Sunday night if you're in America or Europe, or Monday morning if you're here in Australia. Have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. See you later.